Record Store Day, Black Friday, 2022. That's a lot of twos. Every year I'm told that one of the best videos I do on this channel is when I go through and I talk about the list and my thoughts on the list. So I'm going to do that for you. Let's not waste time. I'm busy. You're busy. Let's talk about the list that just dropped. I got to do a little thing in the beginning of the video for newcomers to the hobby. I have to kind of explain what Record Store Day is and what you have to look out for. So Record Store Day happens a few times a year. It seems to be getting more and more every single year, which is a little weird, but usually it's once or twice in April, May, June-ish, and then once for Black Friday. Every RSD, there's a specific list of records that come out, and your local stores will get a certain number of copies. Seems to be somewhat random, and then you will go line up in line and you will hopefully get the titles you're looking for the morning of. Now, depending on what titles you want, depending on how rare they are, you might have to line up earlier than you expect. Some people get there at midnight the night before, some people get there at 5 in the morning. It really differs depending on store to store throughout the country, throughout the world. I have been a big proponent lately of not lining up and just going to your store later or trying to get it at a store's Discogs, which a lot of stores are listing their leftover stock on Discogs as of the past few years. I've been able to find just about everything I'm looking for by waiting, and it's usually at or cheaper than MSRP. Kind of defeats the point. If you want to go support your local store in person, I always recommend that, but if you're stressed about having to wait overnight or wait a long time and there's only one or two items you want, you might be able to get it on their online store or just waiting and finding it for cheaper down the road. That's kind of how things have been going in RSD lately. That being said, check out the list, see what you're into. There's a couple different things to look at. There's RSD First and RSD Exclusive. So RSD First means if you don't get it on Record Store Day, there will be another pressing down the road, whether it's different colorway or something else that makes it different than the RSD one. That'll happen, so this is not your only chance to get it. RSD Exclusive means that it is the only time you are going to get this. It is a one-time pressing for the most part. Sometimes they do lie about that, but usually that's the case. So those are the ones you want to prioritize. Now let's talk about this list. It's not mighty, it's not long. RSD Black Friday list is usually a little shorter than the other lists just because it's kind of a supplementary one to the major Record Store Day earlier in the year. And I was surprised. A couple of the titles did actually make me somewhat excited. Again, probably not going to line up, but I am excited to pick up a few of these. I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's do it. The good. Fountains of Wayne, Traffic and Weather. This is one of the final pieces of the Fountains of Wayne vinyl puzzle to be completed. Lately, they've gotten a lot of their albums either reissued or put on vinyl for the first time. As you guys probably know, Fountains of Wayne is, in my opinion, one of the greatest power pop bands of all time. Traffic and Weather has not been on vinyl thus far, so excited to get a pressing of this. Finally, it's a gold and black swirl vinyl, I believe. It's an RSD First, so if you miss it now, I'm sure it's gonna get a black vinyl pressing down the road. The website says 3,000 and 5,000 in two different spots. I'm not quite sure which is the accurate one, but shouldn't be too hard to find. It is still somewhat niche, despite being a great album. Let's get out-of-state plates next. Lights, Siberia Acoustic. This is another RSD First, so you will get another chance at this. Lights is one of my favorite synth-pop artists, and what I love about her is that she goes and makes acoustic accompaniments to just about every LP she does. Siberia is my favorite of her albums, and then Siberia Acoustic is even better. It made my top 100 albums list, which if you didn't watch that video series, you should dive in. There's about 20 of them, and they're pretty good. Siberia Acoustic is an absolute masterpiece, and I'm glad that more people are going to get the chance to own it on gold vinyl this time. Motorhead, The Lost Tapes Volume 3. This is a show from the 2000 tour. I mean, pretty much everyone likes Motorhead, so getting more live Motorhead on vinyl is never a bad thing, and this is on double green vinyl. This one is an RSD exclusive, so if you want it, I would jump on it. This one really surprised me. Smash Mouth, Fushu Mang. This is another separate the art from the artist. I know Smash Mouth has said some kind of questionable things over the past few years. I'm a Kanye fan, so I've learned to do that in a big way. Fushu Mang is a great record. I grew up with it in Astro Lounge. They're really fun, kind of ska-influenced pop rock records. I really hope Astro Lounge does get a pressing if this one sells well. I think this is a test to see, oh, should we do the Astro Lounge press? I'm gonna grab it. I really enjoy this record. There are some excellent tracks like Walking on the Sun and their cover of Why Can't We Be Friends, but the whole album is just fun, and I can't believe it's taken this long to get issued on vinyl to begin with. Fushu Mang is going to be on neon green vinyl, and it's an RSD First, so we'll probably see a black pressing down the road. Appleseed Cast, Sagarmatha. This is my favorite of their albums, and I probably mispronounced it. Really good kind of post-rocky emo band, a little lo-fi at times. This is an out-of-print record that if you haven't heard the band, I would check them out. This is a great entry point. It's really beautiful, and I recommend grabbing this if you're into either of those kind of genres. Appleseed Cast is RSD exclusive, so if you want it, jump on it. The Knife, live at Terminal 5. The Knife are, I iconic Swedish synth poppers that are amazing. And they're no longer a band, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean we can't dig into the archives and pull out cool live performances and throw it on wax. Terminal 5 is a great venue, and I am going to definitely grab this because I'm a huge fan of them, and I think this was the Shaking the Habitual tour. Great album, great tour. Hopefully this sounds good on vinyl. And now let's talk about the bad for a second. Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. Now, this album isn't bad. Did I find it a little bloated? Sure. But is Happier Than Ever her best track ever? Also, yes. The fact that there's another variant coming out? Why? There's already like 1 billion of these. That's like if they said they're doing another Adele pressing. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's so many available. They're all pretty affordable. You got like every color in the kind of like beige, yellow, greenish spectrum that you can pick from. And this one is just on recycled black wax, which I love how that's kind of just like becoming a buzzword now. Recycled vinyl. I guess it's better for the environment because it's already been made. Either way, it has a rainbow foil jacket, which usually gets me. That usually wins me over, but I just feel like this is unnecessary. You don't need another variant of this record that's already readily available, despite being a pretty good record. Run the Jewels Quattro. I was really excited when I read this is a Latin American music inspired remix album for RTJ4, and then I saw it was a CD. A CD? Come on, it's record store day. I hate when they do this. This is like not the first time where I see a title I'm super excited for, and then I look forward and I'm like, oh, it's a CD. And then The Cure, Wish on, you know it, you love it, double picture disc. Why does The Cure keep releasing all the albums we want on picture discs? I mean, listen, I have Blood Flowers. It doesn't sound bad, but I would rather have it on literally anything else, and I feel like most people agree. So unless you're the very niche collector that wants to display that Cure picture disc and not listen to it, I think we're all a little disappointed that they continue to go down the road of not pressing it on actual black vinyl or a colored record and to put it on picture discs yet again. And the ugly, I'll keep this brief. 3-inch records, are we still doing these? Are we still going in on the 3-inch record? It's starting to feel a bit like a parody of the hobby itself. I don't get it. It's kind of fun, but let's stop. So that is my summation of the list. It is not a mighty list, like I said, but there are a few titles that have absolutely piqued my interest. What I would love for you to do is to leave a comment and let me know what titles I might have missed or that you're most excited for, or your thoughts about Record Store Day in general. As you guys know, I opened a record store earlier this year. I am not going to be participating in RSD, at least this year. I don't even know if I'm going to do it moving forward, seeing that I'm predominantly a used vinyl store. But I will be celebrating RSD Black Friday by having sales in the store and hopefully some DJ sets or something fun like that. So leave a comment with your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I always like making this one, and even though my voice is shot because I was just at the National at Red Rocks and I was screaming along with Mr. November to the point where I absolutely lost some of my voice, I still had to make this video for you guys for RSD Black Friday. So thanks so much for watching. I look forward to reading your comments, and I hope you guys get at least one thing on the list you're looking forward to. Take it easy.